And I'm live, apparently. Okay. Yeah, there we go. What's going on, everybody? Let's get this out here. Copy and paste. On YouTube. Me, my channel. Here we go. And send a message. Here we go. Now we just sit here and wait. What's up, Mike? Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's going on, Mike?
Oh, God. Well, I got to turn my volume up. Oh, my volume's almost at 0. Okay. There we go. Nice to be able to hear you.
I was about to head to sleep, but I could stay up for a little bit.
Oh, were you in the other live? I didn't see you. Hey, Barbecue Mike.
Oh, no. What other live?
Oh, Funky's just ended.
Oh, I missed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed most of it myself. I came in the last, I don't know, 20 minutes of it.
Yeah, I went out to Wally Mart. Had to grab 5 gallons of oil.
What time's your Walmart close?
11 o'clock.
Wow, I think I missed my 24-hour Walmart.
So do I.
Because I used to have things. I also missed my 24-hour AutoZone we had in Tacoma before the pandemic. It now stays open till midnight, from what I understand. But when it was 24 hours, it actually came in clutch at 2 a.m. a couple of times for me.
Oh, I'm sure.
Prepping for a race the next day and needed something, and it was there. It was awesome. And I missed that, and it's gone now. And around here, it would never happen. But yeah, everything closes so damn early.
I know.
Half the fast food joints close at like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to find people. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I understand that. But from what I've talked to people, is most of them have done that forever. That's all they've ever done. Here.
But so I had to pick up 5 gallons of oil.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 oil filters. So I got to change the oil in both Mustangs and the truck.
Super easy with a lift.
Yeah.
Just looks so nice.
Thank you, sir.
Oh yeah, with a car on it, and you took a picture of the Mazda on both lifts, didn't you?
Yes. Well, if you're going to test the lift, test it with the latest car, right?
Yeah, I guess. I like that Mazda. It looks good. It's nice and blue too.
It's nice. Like I said, the clear coat is shot, but I'll fix that with. So what I'm going to do is just kind of rub it, get rid of all that peeled off clear coat, to where it looks better.
I didn't see it in the pictures, so.
Yeah, I'll have to send you a picture of the top. The clear coat shot, but.
Oh, I know exactly what they look like when that happens. I've seen it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna basically scuff it up, get rid of that top clear coat where it's coming off because it kind of looks like skin peeling, and then I'm just gonna do the cheap route. I'm not gonna paint the car because I live on a gravel road. So what I'm gonna do is get spend $150 or something on that Poppy's patina, and I'm just gonna do that white bond clear coat and call it a day.
Yeah. I need to get some. I need to get some paint for my car because I'd like to repaint the front end of it. It's just so scratched up and chipped and all that, and the hood's not so bad, but that front clip could really use. I mean, it really needs to be replaced. God damn! I looked up the price for one, and they're expensive, and that's without any of the stuff that goes in it. The grill and all is all separate, and I found one that you can get painted that's pre-painted, and no, I ain't paying that much.
Dude, everything's stupid price now. So now it's kind of like you look at some things and you're like, good enough works. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for perfection on nothing anymore. It's like, okay, what's good enough? This is good enough for this, and send it.
it's just crazy how much I'm just glad I got my car running now, and everything's going okay so far. I'm surprised at all these pulls I've done lately and the heat that it's been. I mean, it's been hot, 90 plus degrees to close to 100. My IATs are staying really. Now that I'm running methanol, they're staying 10 degrees lower than they were.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm spraying almost directly into the cylinders, but it's seeing that cooling temperature at the below it. Now, if I were spraying like pre-throttle body, you'd see that a little bit better. But and apparently, I guess I'm good with the size nozzles I have, because he didn't ask me to change them, and we did three revisions on that, and now I have three tunes in one. I have a regular tune, the high boost tune, then a low boost tune, then the methanol tune, and I just change them using my cruise control switch.
So, how big is your methanol tank?
2.5 gallons, and it goes down really quickly, in my opinion. Although today was the first day I actually filled it all the way up, and I know it's full because I overfilled it a little bit when I was putting the last bit of water in. It's like, okay.
So, do you have like a sensor on it when it gets low
Yes.
on level? Okay.
It'll start blink. So on my old system, I had a red LED that would blink at me or come on, depending on whether it was, if it's low, and it's at with about a fifth of the tank left, it is when it comes on. So it doesn't wait till it's dry. And then I have the plumbing for it at the back. So if I'm moving forward and the water's sloshing, it's going towards the pickup.
Hey, we got another person. Hey, Ford Blue, how you doing, sir?
Not too bad. I've been here.
But I wish I could have had I mean, they have a 7-gallon tank you can buy now, but I don't want to pay their price. I do have another 2.5-gallon tank I could probably put in there and plumb into the other one to give me a full 5 gallons. But I'm like, that's just a mess waiting to happen.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you've got a light to tell you, because that was my concern. It's like you run out when you're out, you're out.
It's not a light on the new because it's a 52 millimeter gauge. On that, the whole thing blinks, like it all blinks at you. I just found that out today because I was running at about a half a tank and it starts sloshing around, so it'll blink because it's one of the float levels, and I hate those for some, especially in a tank that's got no baffling in it whatsoever.
Can you build some baffles into it, or
I don't know how I do it.
Yeah.
It's a plastic tank, and the only access into it I have is the top lid that I open. That I have to use a funnel to fill, and I still spill because I need a bigger funnel. The funnel I'm using is kind of small. But I'm mixing a crazy, which is crazy because my tuner asked me to mix it 80-20. I'm usually a 70-30 to 50-50 kind of guy. 80-20 is high methanol content.
Right.
But the difference between the regular and the methanol, I could feel. You can actually feel that. Because the last time I ran meth, I ran it for cooling only without being tuned for it. And I wasn't doing 4-port. I was doing single port injection, which was just before the throttle body in the
You cocksucker.
Yeah, I always worry about methanol. If you're using it for cooling, it's one thing, but if you're using it as part of the tune, it's kind of like you're playing with fire, because if that thing ever goes dry and you're on it, that's
the thing I really like about it is it lets me know when it's getting low, and then I can just switch tunes.
What happens if it stops working? How would you know?
It'll blink at me. It knows if the pump's not working.
Okay.
I don't know how, but it does, and it tells you it's got all this stuff that'll let you know. You can even, like right now, I was running it this evening when I was driving. I turned the injection off so it wouldn't spray at all because I'd switched tunes, so I could turn the injection off pretty easily.
Yeah. And then does it auto come back on the next time you start the car?
Nope, it does not. I have to manually tell it, but I also have to change the tune to the methanol tune.
Got it.
The tunes are it's one tune, but it's got 3 slots, or it's actually got 5 slots I can use. And so
How
I'm
do you know-
hoping that he's going to do my E85 and my E85 methanol tune in slot 4 and 5. Because right now slot 1 is high boost regular, slot 2 is low boost, and then slot 3 is high boost methanol on 93. That's the first. Though all 3 of those are 93 tunes. So I'm hoping tune 4 and 5 will be E85 and then E85 methanol.
Okay.
Phone's almost done, Bama. I'm sorry. Poor phone. You guys, I keep my phone charged all the goddamn time. When I'm on a live stream using my phone, it's plugged in.
So what's the newest and greatest with you, Ford Blue?
Nothing.
More RC cars,
More.
Nice. What,
more car parts.
I remember I was on a recent live stream that you had popped in. You said that you had gotten rid of a few cars. What projects you working on? What's the
Well, I'm not working on none of my personal ones currently, but that is coming.
okay?
I'm working on the body shop guys hatchback. I've been working on the boss's son's SN95, and today I put my body shop guys GT Fox in the garage so I can work on it tomorrow. I moved the wife's 64 Ranchero over to my driveway from across the street because I am fixing to take the front clip off, take the motor and tranny out of it, because I'm going to be putting the EcoBoost in it, the 2016 F-150 EcoBoost with the 6R80 and the 64 Comet front clip on it. But right now, I'm just going to yank motor and tranny out and yank the front clip off because I have to go get my short bed F100 and it's at the same place. So I just have to get a couple of things. I have to get the front clip and the motor and tranny out of the Ranchero because I've got to go pick up the front clip for the Comet, pick up my short bed, pick up my wheels for the short bed, all at the same place. So I'm going to try to do it all at once. That way I'm not driving back and forth with empty tow truck and shit like that. Yeah, I mean, I've got to drive 30 minutes one way. So I'm going to load the front clip and the engine on the bed of the rollback, drive that 30 minutes one way, unload it, put the front clip, the Comet front clip in the bed of my shorty, roll it up on the rollback, and then come back. That way I'm not hauling empty. You know, driving a half hour one way in a diesel rollback is it's a waste of gas when you're doing it empty load.
Yep.
In my opinion. So I'm going to get this stuff loaded, take it out there, pick up my other stuff, come back. The bad thing is I do have to go back out to Rose Hill empty loaded which sucks because no matter what, I do have to make one trip out there empty. I haven't figured out another way. I haven't made any other deals yet. So one of the trips has to be empty, and I'm going to try to make it the last load.
That makes sense.
So,
Hey,
right. Instead of going back and forth, it's just stupid. So
with the Comet, I saw that you had the motor out. So what's going in it? What made you pull that motor?
I pulled the engine out of the Comet because it was leaking oil.
Okay.
I somehow tore the rear main seal, putting the rear main seal in it.
Got it.
So it leaked pretty heavily. Anyways, what is going back in it? Same engine is going back in it, but I'm taking the aluminum eBay heads off of it. I have a set of 66 289 heads that are Shelby heads, 1, 2. They're Crane Fireball heads. They are actually stamped Crane Fireball.
Well,
And they've got big stainless steel valves in them. They've been ported to the moon. They are 650 lift springs. So they're 650 lift solid flat tappet hydraulic roller in it. What?
That's going to be a rowdy monster.
So I had Victor Jr. knockoff eBay intake on it. Now I'm putting a dual quad intake with twin fast EFI fuel injected throttle bodies on it. So it should make 500, north of 500. It's right at 11-1. I'm going to run it on 93 octane. It's all going back in the same short blocks going in, which is a forged piston, balanced rotating assembly with forged crank, forged rod, or not forged crank, stock crank, forged rods, forged pistons, all ARP hardware. It's got ARP main bolts, ARP rod bolts, ARP head bolts, all going back in it with a McLeod twin disc clutch and my top loader. I'm taking the 9-inch out of it that I put in it, keeping the 411 gears with the mini spool, but so I don't know if you guys remember that I put the Cop Car Crown Vic 17-inch wheels on the back. And to do that, I had to get a wider rear end. So I took a 64 Galaxy rear end to put under it. Well, since the Fairlane is getting mini tubbed and I've got to cut a rear end anyway, I don't want to cut a stock 66, 67 Fairlane Comet 9-inch to put under. I don't want to cut one when that stock rear end can go under my Comet. Right. I'll take the Galaxy 9-inch and narrow it for the Fairlane for the mini tub. And I have that. I don't know if you guys remember a couple of years ago, I took the Crown Vic Cop Car wheels and I built a jig and I put them in the jig and I widened them from the 7.5 to the 10s.
Yep.
So I'm going to put those under the back of the Comet. I've got tires already. And I'm going to put those under the Comet. I do not have to mini tub it. I do not have to butcher the car in any way to put these 9.5-inch tires on. I don't remember the exact number off the top of the exact size, but they're 28.25 inches tall and they're like 9 3/4 inches wide on the 10-inch rims, and they're going to fit perfectly underneath the fender well. So that's what I'm doing with the Comet, and I'm changing the rims from red to the charcoal silver wheel paint like they used on the rally wheels.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the weight of the Comet? What do you think?
As per the title, it says 26. It says 2693 or something like that. So it's a light car.
They're under 2,700 pounds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So it's stripped down Fox. I mean, it's a light Fox body, right?
Yes. And it's so a few other things that I've ordered for it recently, like in the rear leaf springs. I've ordered the solid aluminum Calvert Racing bushings for the leaf springs. I've ordered Calvert Racing sliders for the leaf springs because I'm going to get rid of the shackles on it too. I've ordered the Calvert Racing adjustable shocks for stock location. I'm still leaving the slapper bars on it. I'm not putting Caltrax on that car. I want it to have the old school, red slappers under it, which is what's under it.
Mhm.
So it'll be north of 500 horse to the flywheel, and it'll fucking run. Dual
Yeah.
carbs all under the Cyclone intake.
A lot of people don't understand that those cars were the Fox bodies before the Fox body. They started making
Yes.
Fox body. That's when they went with coil springs. That's why they started calling it a Fox body.
Right.
But pretty much everything's really the same. It's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. So it should fucking run.
That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be rowdy.
It should be a little bit rowdy. The cam is it's either 589 or 598 on the intake, and 603 or 609 on the exhaust, and it is 236 duration at 50 on the intake and like 242 duration at 50 on the exhaust. And it's on a 109 grind. 109 yeah. So it should be choppy. It should be snappy, especially with the dual quad fuel injection. It should be pretty fucking slick.
It should get up and go like a rocket.
You know what? You know
Should.
what's wrong with you, Ford Blue? You got so
What?
much shit packed in your head. It's hard for you to remember everything.
It is. It is. So
Hey, Salty.
this car should flat fucking get down.
Yep. And you said it's got a 410 in it?
411. It's a 409 inch.
Oh, yeah.
With a 28-inch tall tire and a top loader, a close ratio top loader 4-speed.
That thing's going to scream.
It should flat fucking scream. 7,500 RPMs is the cam profile. From 3,300 to 7,500 is the power band on the cam. Yeah, it should get down. And it is a 357. What'd you say?
Oh, well, it's not what I said. It's what T-Het said. He said you're the Rain Man of Fox bodies.
He is the
Well, and see, and that is I'm kind of using a 351 Windsor Fox body fucking knowledge for an old school car. That's basically all I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then what's going on with the supercharged car that you were building that had the saline
So
stuff?
the GT500 Fox.
Yes.
So I have gathered a couple of other little things for it, but it is here at home now. It is in my driveway. I've gathered a couple of little things for it. I haven't really gathered much. I did drag home the 84 GT T-top car for all my neat little trinkets and knickknacks and the perfect T-top doors and the perfect T-top front clip and all the beautiful T-top trim. And so I did finally drag that car home, so I have all of it to pull off to convert my coupe to the T-top. However, I am still having a hard time taking any parts off of it. It's got a flawless 84 GT fog light nose on it, and I've been trying to sell the fucking thing for $100, and people are telling me no. I don't want no part of taking that car apart. It's too nice. So I mean, truly, I'm having other people that want to buy a nose, and they're like, nope. I'm not helping you take apart that car. I'm not having no part of it.
Yeah.
Because that car is super nice.
If it's that nice, that's one of the ones that you just put it off to the side, and when you get to it, and you do something with it.
And see, 3 years ago, I bought the fucking thing as a parts car so I could take the parts off of it. And I've sold it. I've traded it off 3 times, and I've got it back for nearly nothing because they didn't want to take any of the parts off of it either.
It's the hot potato car.
No, I mean, it's got a clear open Kansas title with my name on the fucking thing, and nobody wants to take it apart. I traded the damn thing off, and I got it when he pulled the sump tank out of it and pulled the Moser, the 8.8 that was under it, that was full spool with 35 spline Moser axles and 410 gears. He pulled the rear end out, pulled the sump tank out of it, and brought it back and said, "Here, you can have the car back. I'm not taking no more parts off of it. I just can't do it." So he said, "I kept the rear end, kept the gas tank. We're square. Have a good day." What the fuck? Nobody wants to take it apart.